Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another installment of For the Fan. This is episode number 171. I am Will, and we got Jake. That's
What's
it.
up?
That's the show.
Oh, we're like half the crew down and we're doubly impaired.
Jake is live inside his distillery right there. So Willy Wonka's liquor factory, as I like to call it, with the
This is-
wall water and everything going on back there. That's what we have vibing for this week's episode.
Yeah, all the shiny metal behind me.
It was a wild week in the NFL, to say the least. We had so much stuff going down. Suspensions going around, fighting post-game, pretty wild stuff here. We're going to be breaking it all down and then some, as we got people coming in here through TikTok and YouTube and everything. We already got a comment here. You're here for the spray. You're not going to believe this, okay? You're not going to believe this. This is going to expose my lower half here, but, I'm in the pajamas. I was walking around Target, okay? And I got a Sprite cranberry. Okay, I got to get the date focused here. Can it focus? There it is. June 29th, 2026. We got the 25-26 vintage Sprite cranberry. So, listen, Derp, you come here for the Sprite cranberry. I already bought a new one. Haven't even drank the other ones yet.
Honestly, all I'm here for either.
And I got the Bapple over there too, which I still have a few cans left in that. So, yeah, end of an era for the Bapple, but Sprite cranberry's coming up here. And we're going to be talking about everything football related. You are listening to For the Fan.
You are listening to For the Fan.
Here we go. You're looking like an average cross-country runner, the beard, the shirt, and everything.
Who likes running?
I did running in high school. Was it fun running? Depends the day. Rainy days were better than the sunny days, but it was also, both of them were way better than the cold days. I had to deal with...
Give me lifting weights any day over running. I'll just destroy my joints in a different way.
We're going to go right into the headline here from yesterday. The Titans ended up firing Brian Callahan 23 games into his Titans tenure. Only lasted 6 weeks with rookie Cam Ward at quarterback. They said they needed a change. The vocal leader of the defense there, Jeffrey Simmons? No, Jeffrey Simmons? Yeah. Defensive tackle on the Tennessee Titans, just saying it's another bad week of practice. Apparently, they were going to be holding out until the end of the year to make a decision, but apparently a lot of the stuff going on, the product on the field, really sped up the process, and Brian Callahan fired after 23 games. What's next, Jake, for the Tennessee organization as they're they're building a new stadium. It's going to open up next year, so I think they're trying to sell tickets at this rate.
Well, I'd hope they'd be trying to sell tickets. It's been so bad. Like, I can't understate. I didn't think Cam Ward was really going to hit the ground running, especially with this team. But it's been really bad. They're like hardly competitive in games. Do you remember where did he come from?
Oh, he was the Bengals offensive coordinator.
All right, so that's not much better.
Well, I mean, he did have a lot of those great games. He was a part of the Super Bowl run, the other AFC championship game final in 2022, and then he had that year with
okay, so it's before it got bad.
Jake Browning, who kind of tried to help him get into the playoffs in case Burrow came back from that wrist injury, which he ended up not.
Oh, so it was during when it got bad too.
Yeah,
because the play calling in Cincinnati since the AFC Championship game they lost has been awful.
Yeah.
So,
like they have not looked the same. They have not vibed the same. They haven't really done anything else there to help that.
I just hate when teams get on a cycle of they draft a quarterback and then they keep the old coach, or they get a coach and then a quarterback. It just never seems to ever mesh when it's not like coming in kind of at the same time. Like all the great situations, it's like coach and his quarterback, they're kind of married, and then that's it.
They also have gone through the cycle of firing a GM, bringing in a new GM. The GM fires the head coach, and then the GM goes, right after, and then the head coach goes. So it's a never-ending cycle there. Ron Carthon, the former GM who hired Callahan, was fired this past offseason. They bring in a new guy. So now this guy's going to get his own guy. It's the never-ending cycle of Bears quarterbacks where, they, the old coach brings in a quarterback, they get fired, then, the other guy has to pick up the pieces with everything going on there.
Yeah, I call it the circle of suck. The Jets are kind of in it too.
But according to next year, the Titans could be one of the highest destination points with $113 million right now in cap space.
Yeah,
so
they always say that kind of stuff. And it's probably going to be like a bunch of defensive players they pick up because nobody goes there for offense unless they get some like wonderkin hire. I don't even know who'd be out there at the moment, but it's usually that's how it goes. It's like they hire somebody, spend a bunch of money on defense, don't really improve, and then the quarterback's just languishing for a while.
I'm always going to remember Cam Ward from the Pop-Tart Bowl. He just stood there in the pocket through everything. And then he left.
Yeah, just quit.
He quit the game. But listen, that Pop-Tart Bowl, that's something good. But also something interesting, too, about the cap space. The Chargers got, as of right now, $112 million for next offseason. The Raiders have $103, followed by the Rams and Commanders, Seahawks. But obviously, that's all going to change with, cutting of contracts and all that stuff. Jeez. You look at the negative parts here. Chiefs, $41 million over. The Vikings, $37 million over. Somehow the Saints aren't there. They're only $14 million over. I'm proud of them. They're getting better.
Just steadily going down. Still negative.
They're slowly getting better. I'm proud of them. They figured it out. They finally did. What did Derpy say here? Y'all sure Brian isn't related to Bo Callahan? Oh, man. But then we also have some other news, too. Brian Branch, the Lions secondary member, safety, suspended a game after an altercation with Juju Smith-Schuster throwing a punch, and he kind of was just bloodied all over the place. Brian Branch is appealing this suspension that was put down on him. Obviously, nothing has been ruled yet. You'll probably expect that near the end of the week as the Lions play Monday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, a game without pay. It's not good. Not good for anyone.
Well, you'll get even if you do like get your full game check, you'll get fined for something dumb anyway. Like not to go off topic really quick, but like that who on the Steelers got fined a bunch of money for his towel. Like that's what we're like. Come on.
I vaguely remember that. I do vaguely remember that. Then I also remembered Ed Reed was suspended for a game, but then he appealed and he had to pay like $50,000 because he like hit someone, like knocked him out. It was like an NFL memes thing.
The NFL fines make no sense. They really don't.
They don't make sense. Sack celebrations, $15,000 there. Can't do that. You can't do anything like that. Nothing fun. Nothing along those lines there. A quick injury roundup here. Kyler Murray was limited today with his mid-foot sprain, mid-feet, obviously there. Garrett Wilson not expecting to play as he has suffered a hyperextended knee in London. Brock Purdy will practice today with the turf toe. Mac Jones is also going to practice. Purdy's going to be more limited than Mac Jones. George Kittle's going to have his practice window open, so expect him to possibly be back for week number 7 against the Atlanta Falcons. Terry McLaurin has practiced his first time since having his quad injury for the Commanders as they have a big showdown in Dallas against the Cowboys. Trey Hendrickson's a questionable designation due to his back injury, but has been relegated to a hip injury. The Chargers have opened up the 21-day practice window for Khalil Mack, who had his elbow dislocated against the Raiders on that Monday night game. Panthers are expecting Patrick Jones will miss the rest of the season because of a back injury that's going to require surgery. And I think that might be it. I don't have anything else unless I scroll down a little bit more. Noah Brown, 4-game injured reserve. Well, to injured reserve for at least 4 games due to injury. And I think that is all. Oh, Bengals plays Mike Gesicki, IR, with a pectoral injury. So he's going to be out for a little bit. CeeDee Lamb has a chance to play this week for Ian Rappaport. But then the big one here, not injury related, but Rashee Rice, 6-game suspension's done. He's going to be returned to the Chiefs for this week as they face off against the Las Vegas Raiders in Arrowhead Stadium.
Well, now actually to see what they look like.
That is true. We get to see at most of a healthy offense for the Chiefs with a slightly banged up Worthy, but a fully healthy Rashee Rice, who's coming off the ACL injury that he did suffer last year in that free collision with Patrick Mahomes in week number 2. All right, I got to ask the same question this week, okay? Who had the biggest standout game from week number 6, Jake?
Can I be a masochist and say either Cam Scatterbu or Jackson Dart?
They do. They both had really good games. I mean, you can't deny it.
I'm just very happy that I was watching mostly the Phillies and only tuning in for the Eagles game, even though that one didn't go much better either. But at least I got saved from that.
It was a bad day for Philadelphia sports. The Phillies lost. The Flyers lost. It was not good.
I think it's been like I think the Flyers win last night. The other night was the first win in like 2 weeks.
Flyers are so back. They're so damn back. My biggest stand-up performance has to be Rico Dowdle again. There's just no way that you cannot not talk about Rico Dowdle in any way, any circumstances. Okay, this man literally shows up, balls the fuck out, and then he just goes on with his day. He has more rushing yards than I think like almost all the NFL franchises. He had like 394 yards. Right now on ESPN's fantasy list, he is the 12th best running back by points. Man went off for, let's see, let me find him really quick. 30, back-to-back weeks of 33 points. Miami had 206 yards rushing. Against Dallas, he had 183, and then he also had a couple of extra receiving yards. I think he had like 400 some odd yards combined.
I mean, I bet on him for the I bet all of his overs for the revenge game factor alone. Did not think it was going to go that well. But, I mean, I'm like, Dallas defense stinks. Revenge game. Yeah, I'll go for it.
He had a good week. And then who was the other one that had a good week? Let's see. Let me just go back through here really quick.
Well, I know Brian Thomas Jr. finally had a pretty decent game.
Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. went off. You know, you got to go with the redemption arc here. And Dom's not here to deny it. But Jake Moody, he showed up and he showed out Monday night. Okay, you got to pump the brakes here. He's not here to stop this conversation, okay? He's not going to be like, oh, no, that guy's a POS. I'm not going to deal with it. No. Jake Moody had a great game, 4 field goals.
Dom's not here to dom it up.
He's not here to be like, oh, okay, it was just the Commanders. You can't stop this. What did he do? Yeah, he missed a 40. Yeah, he missed a 1 kick, but he went 4 or 5. He made the game-winning kick. Bears ended up winning the game. So
you know, if Dom was here, he'd be like, "Oh, but he still missed some."
He still missed some. You can't reject that. He sucks. Yeah, after his first week where he missed 2 kicks from 0 to 39. Oh man, that's terrible. That is terrible. But yeah, I will give Rico Dowdle and Jake Moody my flowers for this week as the biggest standout games. Do the Bears finally have a kicker? Who knows?
Never.
Probably not. Never gonna happen. It's over. It's done. It's cooked. It is cooked. Speaking of cooked here, I always try to find some questions because I really want to test our knowledge here, and I really wish I waited until all of us were here. But we can ask them in passing, okay? I was thinking about potato chips, just chip types, okay? And I gotta ask, what is the top chip type? Number one type, like not flavors, no nothing, just like type of chip. You like
So you're talking like plain or like Ruffles?
Ruffles, like a Tostitos, like that kind of stuff. Like there's a lot of chips. I would even put like a Dorito in that because Doritos are different. Fritos are there.
I gotta go Ruffles because Ruffles are versatile. You can have like all the different flavors of regular chips, but then also be like used for dip real easy.
It is the best.
Ruffles all day long.
It is the best type of chip dip. Dip chip. Exactly.
Chips and dip.
Now, but nothing beats when you get a Ruffle and it has like excessive salt on it. Like it was assaulted in the process, and you're like, ooh, this is crisp, salty as all hell. That is like the number one chip. I'll go with you on the Ruffles. I like Ruffles.
Because like if you're like on the Tostitos chips, like them plain sucks, like without dip, and you can only really use it for like salsa or sour cream.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ruffles, you got everything. You can go any direction you want.
Now let me turn the conversation the other way. What is the top chip flavor?
Yeah, this is harder. Because I am such a whore when it comes to chip flavors.
I am the biggest whore for salt and vinegar potato chips.
I'll see. Okay, now we're gonna be boring because I was gonna say salt and vinegar.
Okay, here. So my second one, okay, would be either the honey barbecue Fritos, which is really good, or I would say the barbecue honey Hers Ruffles. Now those are pretty dangerous. Those are salty.
They're a little too sweet. I had them the other day. You asked us at the right time too, because I've been housing that Wawa $6 like shorty,
meal deal?
and yeah, dude, all over it. So I think I've had like every single one of the Hers chips in the last 2 weeks.
Brad Stock says a Southern Heat barbecue.
Oh, yeah, that sounds awesome.
I would say the worst flavor, like I don't understand like sour cream and onion. I just don't understand that. I don't understand the hype for like sour cream flavored chips. I keep sour cream religiously for baked potatoes and then nachos and tacos.
Yeah, I mean, sour cream and onions, decent, not my go-to.
It's a little mid for me.
It's a passing grade at best.
Since we are here, can answer a couple fantasy questions because we do have the chat blowing up with them. We have Gina who asks, in the flex, do you go with Coker, Fannin, Mason, Taylor, Walker, or Chuba? I say you would have to go Chuba if he plays. If not, I say Fannin because of the target share that he's getting. Apparently, he's been getting like 7 targets, and especially with Gabriel, rookie quarterbacks love their tight ends, so you might have to go with that.
Honestly, yeah, the Fannin.
And then we got Yusef who says Higgins or Olave, non-PPR. I would say Olave.
Really? I was going to go Higgins.
I know Joe Flacco got my man Jamar Chase a touchdown the other day, so I was okay with it. As we're inching near the Unk Bowl, the Icy Hot Bowl.
Yeah, Flacco's going to spread the ball around. He's not going to key in on Jamar like Burrow does.
That is true. Cooper says Monty or Vidal. I'm going to go Vidal. I was really I got played off by Montgomery this past week. Then we got Waddle, Dunze, Brian Thomas Jr., London. Who do I bench?
I got to look at the matchups.
So we got Waddle, who's going into Cleveland to play the Browns. Dunze's at home against Chicago, against the Saints. Brian Thomas Jr. is across the pond with the Rams. Then London is facing the Niners. But I feel like the Niners might be tuning up a little bit of something else.
Yeah, I was going to go Waddle if you're going for a bench on that one.
Because they're all really like highly rated. Like Waddle's 13th or 14th, I think, in ESPN leagues. Dunze's like 13th. Brian Thomas Jr. finally had his breakout game against a fairly good Seahawks defense. And then London, who was very short of 2 touchdowns this past week, stepped out of bounds right as time expired. As we have
Kev, was going to struggle really bad in that game.
They might. If it's cold, forget about it. Kev says Uncle Rodgers or Sam Darnold to start. I'm starting Sam Darnold, but I think it has
Darnold.
I would have to say Rodgers against the Bengals defense. I mean, listen, prime time. I would have to say that. I would have to.
Sam Darnold's becoming, like, depending on your options, like a kind of a must start, because he's just like he just gets touchdowns and he's just efficient.
He's averaged, he has back-to-back games of over 20 points. He had 32 with the Bucks and then 23 against Jacksonville, and he faces the Texans at the late window for Monday Night Football.
Like, unless you got somebody who's like one of those guys who gets a ton of points every week, like if you're between like the same exact situation, a Rodgers or a Darnold, like Darnold's got to be the must start almost every time.
Let's see. Nate says Daddle for Diggs. I don't know how that's going to work out because I don't know who's going to be RB1 or if they're going to be splitting carries, especially if and when Chuba returns. I'm not a big fan for that trade.
If you're getting Diggs, I'd go that. If you're getting Diggs.
And then we got Jose who says DK or Rice. I say you have to start Rashee Rice against the Raiders. That's like the must start, but you should be able to start both of them. Nate says he's getting Diggs. So that might be the way to go.
I might do it because you don't know how much Dowdle's going to keep that up. Plus, it's got a split. May's becoming more and more confident with, the passing offense.
Fields or Stroud this week? I don't think you could touch Fields with a 10-foot pole after that performance. Everyone who's in the chat right now and Jake and I have all had more passing yards this past Sunday than Justin Fields. He net negative 10 yards passing.
I mean, it's his first bad game, to be honest.
I'm over the Fields experience. Just throw the damn football. There was literally 2 guys at a first down marker, and he just decided to hold onto the ball and get sacked 9 times.
You know what we're about to have, right? It's always the late season Justin Fields because he never can win more than 5 games.
He's going to just emerge, and he's going to be like the greatest receiver ever. When Garrett Wilson returns, man, Garrett Wilson's going to put up like 2. He's going to put up the Josh Gordon stats from 2013 where he went back-to-back 200 yards, and everyone was like losing their minds. That's exactly what's going to happen.
God, bring me back to that time.
That red zone, oh, man. 2013 red zone was my peak.
Plus, you had that was like the same time as you had Gronk Hernandez before Hernandez went crazy.
Oh, was that right? No, I think that was right after Hernandez went crazy because it was what, Patriots went to Super Bowl 2012 or 2011, 2012. Yeah. So I remember I had Madden 13 and I couldn't finish a playoff collection because Aaron Hernandez got arrested and they removed the card from the game, but they never removed the card from the collection. I was so fucking pissed at EA. I'm still salty to this day. I literally couldn't. And then people who had the card that didn't want to do the collection were trying to sell it for like 7 million coins. Can't do it. We have Kevlar who says, do you like Shepard this week? That might be the only option the Bucks have. And listen, OU guy, and he's going against a pretty banged up line secondary, so you might have to go with that. We got Brad who sent us 5 crystal roses. Appreciate you, Brad. Let's see. Chris says trade Saquon Amar for CD or Waddle and Bucky or what's going on here? Trade Saquon and Mar for CD or Waddle and Bucky. I'm so confused there, Chris. S says, should I trade Dobbins and T. Higgins for Derrick Henry? I wouldn't mind that. I really wouldn't, because once Lamar gets back, I think Henry's going to be a lot more efficient moving forward.
Yeah, and he probably won't fumble anymore just because.
Isaac says, should I start Bryce Young or Matt Stafford this week? Well, this is a question that no one could have thought of asking in so long. I would say Bryce Young. He looks really good.
You're just saying that because the Jets.
I mean, because your Puka is more than likely not going to play. So, and it's like, okay, like what are the other options for the Rams going against an actually good defense of the Jaguars?
Yeah, I like the Jags defense. It's the only reason why I've kind of been riding with them.
Manuel says start Kittle or AJ Barner. You might have to start Kittle this week if he's playing. And then Anthony says Bidell or Brian Thomas Jr. at the flex. I'd say you might have to go Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, I like Vidal is definitely going to be the lead back going forward. Haskins, wasn't panning out for everything there was to be. So I might have to go with the other guy there. Waddle and Bucky Irving for Amon-Ra. If that is accepted, that would be crazy. That'd be a crazy trade. Should I start Diggs or Boutte? Say you got to start Diggs.
Yeah, is Mac Jones okay?
Let's see. Trade Myers and Kamara for Rome.
Wait, what? Read that again. I zoned out.
Yeah. Jacoby Myers and Alvin Kamara for Rome Odunze.
But why?
I mean, I'm kind of over the Kamara experience, so I kind of understand that in that perspective. I kind of like it if you're really trying to move off of Kamara because of how bad it's really been this year. I mean, I would be really good. Do I start Woody Marks? I think the Woody Marks experience is over. I think it's over. Stephon Diggs or Mike Evans. You got to see what Mike Evans' practice schedule is. If he does end up playing this week, I mean, it might have to be like a Sunday decision because they're going to be practicing Thursday through Saturday for the Bucs. Nico or Waddle? I would say Nico.
Yeah, I'm not touching Miami's offense this week, like at all.
And then we got trade Saquon for Bijan. If someone accepts that, man, then go for it. If someone really accepts it, Bijan's really good this year. He really is. That was his longest run. That was his first run of over 40 yards in his career.
Well, the Arthur Smith experience.
He might return back to his alma mater at Tennessee. Who knows? Sean says he receives Gibbs and trades away DK, Jordan Mason, and Genty. You do get the lead back, though, for the Lions, who's going to be getting really good target share. So are you able to sacrifice losing technically a running back and then a top receiver? Chris says Saquon Amar for CD or Waddle and Bucky. If you could do it for Waddle, then try going for it. But it might take a little bit more than I don't know. I'm not like a fan of it because Marvin Harrison's just it's mid. That's just what's going on there. Sam says Prescott or Patty Mahomes. You got to start Prescott this week. This is like must-start TV.
Yeah. That game might be another 40-40 tie.
It's going to be a high scoring. I'm excited. I wish I could go. I'll be in the area, but I can't go. I want to go. I want to see the Jerry world in its fine and glory and all that stuff. But
why would you give Jerry Jones money willingly?
I'm not going to because it'll be the secondary market because all their games have already been sold out probably. Or it could be those fans that run, you just see on the camera, just darting towards the standing room. Let's see. JMO, Romeo Dobbs, or Kendrick Bourne. You might have to. I think Dobbs might be your. I would say Kendrick Bourne might be your best option there. Do we trust Brian Thomas Jr. and Ladd this week? I say the Chargers had a very big scare, and they would have lost if Herbert never got out of that Jalen Phillips sack. So I think you got to start Ladd a lot more, especially if Quentin Johnston's hamstring injury is pretty significant. And then Brian Thomas Jr. Jacks play really good in London. They just do. It doesn't make sense.
They've also started to figure out the whole, again, like they're starting to figure out the whole Brian Thomas Jr. thing.
I think they locked Shane Waldron in a closet and they let him not do anything for the offense anymore. Because listen, you go back to like Jackson Smith, who's like, oh, Shane Waldron left. And he's like, is this live? And he like refused to answer anything about Shane Waldron. So they definitely locked him in a closet and they're going to leave him over in London in Wembley.
Is he the like offense version of Brandon Staley?
I would say so.
Because like he keeps getting a job and everywhere he goes, he's awful.
It's kind of like Adam Gase, like Peyton Manning, like preached about Adam Gase. Meanwhile, it's Peyton freaking Manning who knows everything about football, like the back of his hand.
It's because he let Peyton put him in a closet and do whatever he wanted.
Exactly. Some glory hole action, maybe. Who knows? Start Laporta or Cade Otton this week. It might be a Laporta potty week. Might be the Laporta potty. We got Dowdle and Godwin for ETN. Might be a little excessive with the Godwin. Maybe if you just want to pull the Rico for ETN, that might be a little bit better.
Yeah, sell high.
Yeah, sell high on him. Should I start Worthy? Yeah, absolutely. This is the week to start Worthy. Sorky, yeah. Trade Jordan Mason and Dallas Goedert for Debo. I have McBride. Man, I think Debo's going to be figuring himself out more in the offense, especially with McLaurin's going to be probably like eased back into the offense there. So
I think you could get more than Debo if you wanted to.
Yeah. Worthy with Rice in. Well, they're going to spread the ball. They're not going to just only focus on Rashee Rice the entire game. That'd be ludicrous. Should I start Bourne, Grayson? I think you should start Bourne. Pick 3 to start. Mike Evans, Chris Olave, Debo, George Pickens. And there you go. If you got to obviously hold that, but I'd say Mike Evans if he's playing. Olave in the wind, I think could be okay against Chicago. And then obviously George Pickens and the other one. Let's see. We got start Sam Darnold and why. Look at his stats.
Did that already.
Look. Here. The top 2 quarterbacks with the most net passing yards is Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold this season. Just think of that. Put that in the perspective. Just put that in the perspective, Tony.
Oh, New York.
Yep. Shithole. Let's see. Should I sell Saquon for Trey McBride? I have Jacobs, Javonte, and Dowdle. I don't think you should trade give up on him just yet. You could definitely get something else for Saquon than just a tight end.
I hate everything.
Should I start Pittman or Bourne? Hard decision. I think you could start Pittman. I don't know. Second time. I don't think the Colts shoot themselves figuratively in the foot in SoFi Stadium for the second time this year. I don't think they do that. Last time A.D. Mitchell, messed them out of 2 touchdowns. So I don't think they could do that again. I think they're going to figure it all out. He's facing the Houston D. Yeah, the last quarterback the Houston Texans faced was Cooper Rush. Is that really that scary? Let's see. Nelson, trade Terry and Henderson for Breece Hall. It might be a little bit too much.
Has Breece Hall even been allowed to do anything this year?
He was good the first week, and I think it just kind of fell off after.
That's what I'm saying.
He averages 11 points. I mean, he had 16 points and 17 points against the Dolphins, then the Cowboys, but then only 5 against the Broncos, 22 rushes for 59 yards. Rodgers or Darnold? I think we're locking in on Darnold, but I think, Aaron Rodgers, if he's going to have a game to go out on, I think it's going to definitely be against the Bengals. His first primetime showing since joining the Steelers. I'm going to answer 3 more. Need help, Worthy or Tajay Spears for the flex? You're going to start Worthy. Trade Hurts for Higgins? Like Jalen Hurts? You shouldn't do that. Ozzy.
Wow, the hate is real.
Oh my God, everything's just flooding in here. I mean, this is flex Dowdle or Rice. I think you have to go Rice, but obviously check on Chuba's status because Dowdle will probably end up going out again. M says Rice or BTJ or Waddle sit now. Probably Waddle. Drop Cup for Mooney. I don't know. Not really vibing it. Not feeling the vibes. Alrighty, here we go. Game of the week, Jake. Where are we going at for our game of the week this past week?
Oh boy. There was something about the Bills making the Eagles look a little better to me. Because, oh my God, are they on fraud watch too? They're just getting much better coverage than we are. I know Colton would say the same thing because he loves Atlanta.
He is the biggest Atlanta lover, okay? He probably has a Bijan Robinson like throwback jersey somewhere. He's putting it somewhere. That's where he's putting it. Let's see. I just gotta write down this other thing there. I would say the Cardinals and the Colts, Jacoby Brissett just giving us a banger, a banging classic all the way to the end. I don't know, Daniel Jones. Who would have thought? Okay, the number one team in the AFC right now, if the playoffs started today, would be Daniel Jones.
I saw a thing recently, and it was like the standings, and it was like Colts, Steelers, Patriots, and crap, I don't remember the fourth one. And it was like, hello, 2007. You killed the man, but not the idea. And it's like all the quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Roethlisberger, and then it just goes to Daniel Jones, Drake May.
Yeah, it's what? Colts, Steelers, Chargers, Patriots in the AFC as the top four right now. Yeah, you got Peyton Manning, Roethlisberger, Rivers, Brady.
Welcome back to 2007.
I'm so glad to be back.
Honestly, a pretty peak year for the NFL too.
It was a peak year. The last of the standard definition. But yeah, I would say Colts and Cardinals would be my pick here for my game of the week choice. And our favorite segment here, buy, sell, and hold, entering week number 7. I have a couple buys, I got 1 sell, and I got 3 holds this week. That's what I got as my layout right here. I'm going to buy into the Icy Hot Bowl with the 81 years old of combined quarterback age with Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers as my buy this week. And my other buy is going to be Jeff Ulbrich. If there is a man to give Josh Allen a run for his money in the worst football games he's ever played, it's Jeff Ulbrich every single time. Go back through his times with the Jets from 2021 through to last season. Before he became the interim head coach, he would put on a clinic against Josh Allen every single time. So those are my 2 buys this week.
All right. I didn't want to do it last week because I even said to Dom before the show, I want to see one more week in a hostile, I guess we say now, hostile environment in New Orleans. But I am buying Drake May. He had another clean game. He had that fumble that he didn't end up actually losing. Mm-hmm. But it's another solid game from the kid. Like I love him more and more every week.
He has been looking better. He's been vibing a lot better as well.
It's just like I just wanted to see all this. Well, the start of the season with the new coach and all that, like just clean games. Mm-hmm. No more turnovers, no more nonsense, and that's just what we've been getting. Just clean games from him.
And what about sells? What are we selling off on? What have we had enough of?
I've had enough of Arizona. I don't think we need to mention them ever again. They're done. Jonathan Gannon's punching players. Their quarterback's done.
Jonathan Gannon was asked a question, and I forgot what the question was. I'm going to look this up really quick because this was Gannon. Okay, here we go. Jonathan Gannon on when he learned to take the emotion out of coaching. And his response was 2007 when our quarterback went to jail. I don't know if he was a part of that Falcons team, but that was the very first thing I thought of.
Hold on. What?
That was the first thing I thought of, okay, when he mentioned it. Jonathan Gannon, when he learned to take emotion out of coaching. Was he a part of that team?
He was.
Jonathan Gannon, he is quite the man. He has done so much for this. My sell is the Dolphins. Surprised I haven't sold on them yet. But yeah, I sold on the Dolphins.
I sold them before the season even started, so I think my thoughts are pretty clear.
And what about holds? What are we holding on to this week?
I'm going to hold on to the Buffalo Bills because for the top teams that are supposedly all the great ones to start the season, all the highest odds between the Ravens, the Eagles, the Bills, the only one that's not getting absolutely demolished by the media is the Bills, and they have a collective record of wins against teams who have one win. It's like the winless Jets, the one-win Ravens,
the Dolphins,
and for some reason the sky's not falling for them.
Mm-hmm.
But yet for the Ravens and Eagles and whomever, it's just apparently a shit show.
Yeah.
So they're on fraud watch too, and officially putting them there.
I got two. I was gonna put a third hold, but I felt like I was gonna jinx them because I've already sold on them earlier this year. So I was gonna put the Panthers at a hold, but I'm gonna take them off of there because I'm not in the mood to jinx them. I already jinxed them with Amari and Hampton. Already did that. Been there, done that. But I'm gonna hold on Scoregami, the Twitter page, because it's like seeing one of your aging relatives just slowly going out. Saying that there's been 0 times the score has come out, but the last time it's happened was this day. All because of like Twitter things and all that stuff. So one Scoregami to get better.
What are you talking about?
The Scoregami page.
Yeah, but what did they post?
They post like the outcomes of like every game. Like, oh, the last time like this score happened was this day. But like most of the time they'd say like, oh, 0 times the score has ever happened. But
yeah, I know what Scoregami is. It's like a brand new score that's never happened. But
yeah.
What's their problem? Is they're doing previous
so the
games
bot,
now?
So the bot on the page, it's like, I don't know, due to like Twitter and however the hell their stuff goes on. So this past week, so Chicago and Washington, they said no Scoregami. The score has happened 0 times before, but mostly recently happened September 28th, 2025. And then it got context with this score has actually happened 20 times.
Oh, so they're just throwing up.
The bot's dying, and then I'm gonna have to hold on the NBA Centel Twitter page, and if Colton was here, he might appreciate it a little more. But I think it's the Woj guy from ESPN, who's now a part of like St. Barnabas like college basketball. They posted back at the end of June that Russell Westbrook was going to sign with the Sacramento Kings. They posted that he did sign with them, and then today Russell Westbrook signs with the Sacramento Kings. And then they also posted, whoever wins in a 3-point contest between him and Ben Simmons is going to sign with the Kings. And they posted, Westbrook won. There we go. So I'm going to hold off on Centel because I think they are the insiders of everything in the NBA.
I think I could beat Ben Simmons on 3-point contest.
I know we both could beat Joel Embiid. He's only made like 3, I think. And it's like 11.
No, Joel Embiid hits 3s.
I have had him in fantasy for so many times that I don't even know the last time he hit a 3 was.
I've seen him do it.
Well, I've never seen him do it, so I don't think he actually did it. I think this is a fraud watch. I mean, who knows if he's going to play, but, I think it's a fraud watch.
Well, here, actually, I'm going to sell on Josh Harris, too, because I hate that man. I can't stand his fraudness between owning the Sixers, Devils, and Commanders.
The I-95 corridor owner. That's what he is.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about what actually happens as long as you just eat the slop that he puts out and you just keep people on the hook. He doesn't actually care. He's just like the exact same as like Bob Nutting, only with money.
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, people are finally going to revolt on Josh Harris and the Sixers this year. Oh, so what do? You remember when you used to like the team in the early 2000s? We're going to bring those jerseys back, bring the mascot back. Here, don't you like us again? It's like, no. You completely sold on the city multiple times. We hate you. Leave. We're trying to teach Jason this lesson about the Devils are never going to get better.
He's never going to. I mean, they signed Luke Hughes to like $9 million, and he's not even touched like actual NHL ice.
Huh. Because he's a Hughes brother. So here you go. Don't you like him? He's a Hughes brother.
What about Quinn? Bring Quinn over.
Quinn's going to be a Flyer. That's my piece for the day.
I mean, I also saw this thing that Carter Hart was going to sign with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, you did see the source on that, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to go to Edmonton. We all know it. Edmonton finally gets their goalie. Speaking of goalies here, we did a lot better last week in our picks. Let's go into this. We got it all right here. I wonder how this is going to work. No, can I shift you over here? I can't shift you over there. All right, well I'm just going to show the asset as it is. So it's going to look very funky, so it's funny. Here's the records. Just slice us in half. Yep, Colton and I are holding hands in the back. Jake is a game behind Dom. Jake with 58 wins and then Dom with 59 wins last week. Yeah, Dom won the week somehow, and he decided to take the week off. 10-5.
He put his picks in.
Oh,
the last 2 minutes.
I didn't even see that because I had it open. I didn't even see it. But Dom takes the week off though from appearing on the show here. He went 10-5 on picks, and then the rest of us clowns went 9-6 on our picks for this week. Get this banner down here and we can go into it. I don't even have to shift this up. We got it all right here. The Unk Bowl, the Icy Hot Bowl, the Early Bird Special with two senior quarterbacks, 81 years combined. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go to Cincinnati for, I think, their whiteout game against the Bengals here. Colton is lone wolfing the Cincinnati Bengals. I knew he was a Ravens fan. I knew he was.
See, I want to say Colton's entire year has just been off to me. Because every time I expect him to pick a team, he does the opposite.
He's going to save up and he's going to just like put everyone into the ground. He's going to bury every single one of us come like the end of the season. Then we got the last game in London this year. The Rams head overseas to face the Jaguars in their second home, essentially. Dom is lone wolfing the Rams while the other three are picking the Jaguars. A little surprised here.
Don't let him switch.
I'm not going to let him switch. And then we got the early window. 6 games in this early window for week number 7. The Saints are traveling to Chicago to face the Bears. So we're all taking the Bears on a clean sweep. And then we have what essentially could be a draft pick bowl here. The Dolphins go into Cleveland to face the Browns, and we're all taking Miami to win this one.
Oof, that seems... I waver on this game so many times. For the fact that it's a sweep.
I was thinking Cleveland. I was
really thinking Cleveland. But, ask me again in 2 days.
And then we have Rashee Rice's first game of this 2025 campaign, his first game since week 2 of last year. He makes his debut against the Raiders, who are going to be down a couple of guys. And we're all sweeping the Kansas City Chiefs here. Maybe it's Carson Wentz. Maybe it's J.J. McCarthy. Who knows what's going to be going on here? But the Eagles are going up into Skull Nation to face the Minnesota Vikings. And, Jake, you have a term in here I don't think I can announce.
Probably
because it might get flagged. Are we trying to make it a sweep here of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, but,
We are sweeping the Eagles on this one. And for the first time, probably in this podcast history since 2018, okay, the the Panthers and the Jets are facing off. We're all sweeping the Carolina Panthers here on this one. It has been a very long time since I think a sweep has ever been performed on the Panthers.
Yeah, and I changed that from like an hour ago from the Jets. But you said as soon as you said Garrett Wilson's not playing, I'm like, okay, well, there goes that.
Yep, we're just gonna go right back here. The Titans, who fired Brian Callahan this past Tuesday, are going to be hosting their former head coach and Mike Vrabel, who is going to try to get a redemption game against the Tennessee Titans here. We're all sweeping the New England Patriots on this selection. Then to the 4 o'clock hour, the Giants with an upset win last week against the Eagles. They head out west to Mile High to face the Denver Broncos. We're all sweeping the Denver Broncos on this one. The Chargers, in their first of 2 throwback games this season with the colors on the turf and whatever, they are hosting the Indianapolis Colts, who lost really badly against the Rams a couple weeks ago in SoFi Stadium. So the Colts are trying to redeem themselves. Colton is lone wolfing the Indianapolis Colts on this one, while us three are taking the Chargers on this one. Bolt the fuck up.
I'm going to call you a fake fan.
Oh man, I'm not gonna get any fake fan things here. I'm just gonna go through these picks here.
Oh, there's another fake fan for you later.
The Packers are going to Arizona, and a surprise, the Cardinals did not trade for Joe Flacco to face the Packers, as this has just been a meme going on over on Twitter here. We're all sweeping the Green Bay Packers on this selection. Then we go into Jerry's world, where the Commanders and the Cowboys are facing off here at 425, and Colton is lone wolfing the Washington Commanders on this one.
This is your real fake fan.
I listen, I thought of it. I'm like, I don't see a world where the Cowboys don't win this game. I just don't have a world where they don't win this game.
You literally have the cardboard cutout behind you. You have Dave Hackstall behind you. Yeah. In the shirt, whatever you want to call it.
That's the football team, okay? They had me there. They don't have me at Commanders. They left it as football team. That'd be awesome.
The Commodores don't have you?
The Commodores don't have me. The football team had me. I have my football team rally towel going on there. But then we have former head coach of the Jets, Robert Saleh, facing his former defensive coordinator of the Jets, Jeff Ulbrich, in a Sunday Night Football matchup here in Santa Clara. You have this blank. I'm thinking of Atlanta on this one. You know what? I'm going to remove the question mark. I'm going to lock in the Dirty Birds on this one for the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm going to need an injury report.
Well, Brock Purdy practiced, but it's going to be limited. Mac Jones going to be limited, but Brock Purdy's more limited than Mac Jones.
Well, what's the problem with Mac Jones? I don't care about Brock Purdy.
Oblique. He got massacred against the Rams 2 weeks ago.
What's the problem? Is he okay?
I mean, he played, so I think he has to be okay. You have to think he's okay.
All right. As long as Mac Jones is the quarterback, I'm taking San Francisco every game.
So I am now going to be lone wolfing the Dirty Birds here of Atlanta. Doubleheader Monday Night Football game at 7 o'clock Eastern. The Buccaneers are traveling to the Motor City to face the Detroit Lions, and we're all sweeping the Detroit Lions here. Then, for whatever reason, we got a 10 o'clock game on Monday night. The Texans travel to Seattle to face Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks, and we're all taking the Seattle Seahawks on this one.
I'm going to sell the NFL scheduling, or ESPN.
I'm selling ESPN. Sure, it's ESPN. Scheduling. Yeah. I want to sell on the ESPN scheduling on this one.
Because I'm sure nobody with a brain thought a 10 p.m. second game on Monday is a good idea, except for ESPN.
I liked it when they had the first week where it was the 7 and the 10 o'clock. I liked that because it gave you football and it really extended that first week. After that, it's just you lose me on that.
These doubleheaders on Monday are dumb.
I don't mind the 7 and the 8:15 one.
No, because you know why I'm going to say it's dumb? Because I had one option to watch a terrible 4 o'clock window game, and I could not switch. That's what you left me with. So guess what I didn't do? Watch the game.
Protest.
No, I'm just like, this is boring. Like, nothing's happening. This game stinks. I'm out.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, rounds out our show. You can find us on YouTube for the Fan Network, TikTok for the Fan Network, X for the Fan _, and Instagram for the Fan Football. Thursdays on TikTok, I'll be live on Thursday on TikTok talking fantasy football to all those who are in the comments there. 6 o'clock Eastern. We'll be doing that and so much more. Jake, any final thoughts before I hang up the microphone for the show today?
No, just selling our co-hosts. I'm selling everything today.
We're selling Dom. He's going to a state so he can seem like a millionaire. And then Colton, he's getting a haircut, so he deserves a haircut. Got to get the beard looking good, okay? That's the whole point of the barber. It helps you make the beard look good, and you can line it up for the next 2 weeks before it really starts, messing it all up. But yeah, I'm Will. That's Jake. We are For the Fan. Tune in every Wednesday. We'll be live and doing all that stuff. See everyone later.